So after a break of several years, the Sex Expo is back up and running at the Cape Town International Convention Centre this weekend if you're looking for something to do. The program includes dance performances, body art and sexual health workshops. While the event focuses on pleasure and fun, professionals in sex education and intimate therapy are also speaking to the public. Our reporter Erin Bates is there to give us a sense of the nature of those engagements, Erin, and the information that people are seeking at the moment.
Yes, Makile, well, there's certainly an atmosphere of curiosity and interest here at the Sex Expo. We've seen artists working with their very members to make portraits and paintings, dance lessons, whippings happening with consent, of course, important to note, a range of colors and creeds and also orientations here. Jonty Searle has been attending this expo as a vendor since its very beginning. He's a conscious sexuality practitioner, is about to give a talk at the Love Chapel here at the Cape Town International Convention Centre. Jonty, just a sense of the work that you do.
Hello, Erin. So I work with people with sexual and relationship problems. I teach a whole range of lessons and workshops about having better sex, more intimacy, a deeper connection with your partner, more permission for pleasure, a lot of sex education, the connection between sex and spirituality, and the energy of sexuality.
And we've spoken to a lot of women today. We've discussed celebrating the divine feminine. Can you give us some insight into the divine masculine and some of the themes around that?
Yes, so the divine masculine is a man who has done generally a lot of inner work. He's connected with his heart. He's aware of what he does in the world, of how he does it. It comes from a space of expansion rather than contraction. A lot of men live very fear-based lives. A lot of men live lives that are very small, that are very narrow. The conscious man is a man very open in the world. He's a man of experimentation, and he's a man who has an incredible connection with what he says and what he does, and is very fully in his body rather than just being so much in his mind.
And obviously the issue of safety and security, consent, seeing another human being and taking their well-being into consideration is an important theme as we consider and discuss sexuality. How does that come up in your work and working with couples, individuals, people?
It's a huge thing. You know, we don't get a lot of education for pleasure, so we don't often know how to talk about these things. We don't know how to have the discussions that are about what it is that we want. What do we need to make us feel safe? What do our partners, where can our partners meet us on that journey of safety? And that's a journey, firstly, of inner work, and then learning how to communicate, how to connect with a partner. And the bigger picture of that is in life and in the world, because our sexuality is not in a vacuum. It's a really important part of all that we do.
Most certainly. I know you're about to head up onto stage at the Love Chapel, but before you go, as someone who's been with this expo since the very beginning, you've seen, I'm pretty sure, everything. What would you encourage people to know who maybe think this really isn't their cup of tea and might sort of crinkle their nose up at it?
So we're all here because of sex. I mean, every one of us on the planet is here because of sex. So it's a part of life. So this is a place to explore some aspects of your sexuality. Take some of it with a pinch of salt. Have fun. Have a laugh. Have a giggle. There's some stuff here that's very serious. And there's some stuff that allows you to explore and expand your boundaries a little. Even if you're just looking at something, it will give you a different idea and maybe a little bit of a, I like that.
On that note, thank you, Jonty Searle, and all the best for your talk at the Love Chapel. Tebekile, there's just some insight to the kind of range of offerings there are at the Sex Expo. Of course, there's the lingerie, there are the lotions and potions, there are candles to be waxed, there are whips to be wielded, but in and amongst that, workshops from the likes of Jonty as well, to really encourage people to have a different kind of consciousness about engagements with a partner or partners, depending on their predilections.
Erin Bates, thank you very much for the latest from the Sex Expo in Cape Town.